Meghan and Harry are facing a ticking time bomb with Netflix, and an expert says now that it's ready to explode. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I'm Andy Signor, and it sure doesn't help when the CEO of Netflix is laughing at you, but he sure did. And many are now speculating, and we've been speculating this for a while, that obviously we knew there was a time clock ticking for this deal to be worth something for Netflix. But now an expert is chiming in how their deal is now in serious doubt. I wanted to chime in because, look, I've always said, I don't think Netflix is going to just fire them. I think it's bad optics for Netflix. I think they will not renew it. And that's pretty much the same thing, but it's slightly more politically, hey, best of luck to you type of deal. Similar to how Spotify did, but I think they're going to wait for it to expire, which it does in 2025. Even if nothing else is done, and even if Netflix doesn't end up paying them the full amount, they're going to try to do it nicely, I think, because Netflix is trying to work with a lot of people. Now, I've said all that. I still believe that because I think it's just, from a company standpoint, better business than knocking on them. But now seeing Ted Sarandos, CEO of Netflix, laughing at the Golden Globes about Meghan, anything's possible. Anything is possible. So I wanted to break through this theory. I want to get your thoughts because I know a lot of you disagree with me. Trust me, I get it. A lot of you are like, no, it's gone. Steph always tells me, no, it's gone. We'll see. We've been saying it for a while. They still have one. But that 6-part documentary was the most watched factual series on the series platform. That word factual is not fair. It was not factual. But since then, they've been facing backlash in Hollywood and could see their efforts to secure a spot among the stars collapse. They were recently mocked at the Golden Globes, we know, for being paid millions for doing nothing by Netflix. This comes after Netflix reportedly told them that they need to create more interesting content if they want to receive the remaining $40 million of their contract. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams warned that things look grim for the Sussexes unless they start brainstorming before their contract with their production company Archewell and Netflix ends. So here's the problem with Meghan and Harry. If they really just wanted to cash in and make some money, they should befriend us. And they should embrace the obvious, because I bet you I could get them to make some money, but they don't want to do the things I'd suggest. But call me guys. Anyway, let's get to the comments here. He expressed concern about Harry and Meghan's Netflix contract expiring in 2025, suggesting that if they don't produce successful content soon, they could face serious ramifications. The royal commenter noted, it's important also to remember that Netflix goes into 2025. Netflix is no longer producing The Crown, and from that point of view, it may well be, if the Sussexes don't produce what they want, if they lost that, they would really be losers in every sense. According to Fitzwilliams, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex docuseries Harry and Meghan was the only one that caught the public's attention, primarily because of the critical viewpoint of the royals. We know that. However, none of the other projects managed to garner significant impact. The facts, and we're going to go through them in a second. The facts of the matter are that he pointed out pretty categorically that they have done absolutely nothing for Netflix, really. And the one exception, of course, being Invictus, and that was very worth it, but too long of a wait. If you simply trash your family, which is the only time it does seem to mean that you get mega bucks, and do nothing else, then you must expect people not to take you seriously. Damn straight. Absolutely straight. Now, if you go through this, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will be hurt as Netflix show bombs in the U.S. While Prince Harry and Meghan's personal documentary series was the most watched subscription of 2022, despite only being released last month, but the follow-up, Live to Lead, seemingly hasn't enjoyed the same initial success. That was the first one out after their show, their documentary, was Live to Lead, and Live to Lead bombed. It was huge. The second project from their huge deal, and I couldn't even tell you what it was. It was one of the first tests commercially of their brand strategy to pull people in with personal drama, and then hoped that they stay for the philanthropic, for the charity work, but it didn't work. With little to no PR, Saturday holiday release, and no gossip to drive organic press, it didn't even crack the top 100 TV shows. The Live to Lead, it just completely bombed because no one wants to watch these two again unless they're causing drama, which they know. That's why I'd amp up the drama, guys. Call me up. Prince Harry's Netflix flop, Heart of Invictus, fails to make the top 10 list. So then while this one, meant well for some, and obviously the veterans behind this series hoping to get the attention that Harry was going to bring them, but no, it ended up being more of a whine cry fest for him. I have to share all my tragedies again and make myself seem like a wounded hero. Oh, yes. Well, meanwhile, these people love losing limbs. Shut up, Harry! It's Harry complaining about his mom. Anyway, this one bombed as well. It just didn't do well. Hart Invictus did not follow up and did not do well. And Netflix has to have noticed that that was another investment that didn't pay off. And let's not forget Pearl. Remember Pearl, guys? Meghan Markle was going to create an animated series about powerful historical female figures. Well, yeah, that got the royal flush as Netflix cut things back and nixed it along with the Archwell Productions project, another Archwell Productions project. So here you have more fails happening in the trades, seeing it all goes down. And then we learned while the one successful thing was successful, it was less popular than Peppa Pig, which I do love that fact. I mean, granted, Peppa Pig is pretty huge, hard to beat the pig, but it doesn't look very well when your huge, supposed to be a massive thing performed far less popular than Peppa Pig. And let's not forget Spotify as we go through the reminders of things. And yeah, I love this quote from the CEO, Daniel Ek, who said, "We thought new innovation was needed to happen here. We thought we could come in and offer a great experience that both makes consumers very happy and allows new creators with avenues. But explained that some of the aspects of the Duchess's shows worked, but the others were lacking. The truth of the matter is some of it has worked and some of it hasn't. We're learning from those and moving on. We wish all the ones we didn't renew with the best of success they can have going forward." Yeah, he was a sly little call out as they failed to make listeners happy because it didn't meet audience standards. She really didn't meet it with that show. She was super lazy. It was a terrible show and nobody cares anymore. And then you add to that, Prince Harry had every opportunity in the world to try to create his own show, which I think he could have done. I know a lot of you are going to hate and say, no, they can't do wrong. But I'm guessing if Harry had teamed up with a good comedian or producer, someone could have made a good show with Prince Harry that he was part of that could have at least tried to keep the money coming in, where he has to record once a month, if he comes in one day, banks 4 episodes and then splits. He could have figured out a way to just phone this in and make some cash, but he couldn't figure it out and he refused. And then his idea was interviewing Vladimir Putin and Trump about childhood trauma. Can you imagine like the fact that he thought Trump or Putin were going to call him up and talk about their childhood trauma with him? And then the fact that like the people who hate Trump and Putin would be so mad at Harry. Like, who is this pleasing? Trump's base would hate him. The people who hate Trump would hate him. There's no way that Prince Harry could be the mediator to please all people to talk about the childhood trauma of these very polarizing figures. Oh, but no, Prince Harry's going to be the one who knows how to navigate that. I mean, this just shows the level of cluelessness of just these people are delusional, literally delusional. So it all has come forward. We knew a lot of this. This is not really breaking new news, but this Fitzsimmons is right in that, I mean, we know it's ticking, but I think it's about to go off. Ding, 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 ding. The bell is about to ring. They really do need to step up. They have that book, the romantic novel that they're trying to get out, which Netflix apparently paid for, not them. And maybe that'll be something that helps a little bit to justify. But to get that full amount, I don't see how they can come up with another series like Harry and Meghan. I don't. Unless they want to pull a Dan Reed over and who's doing Leaving Neverland 2, which we've talked about. Stay tuned, more information about that coming, and stretch it out. If they realize, let me make another book. Let's do another section, another series that goes into the time there that we didn't really talk about and how it's been since season 2 of Harry and Meghan. I wouldn't put it past them at this point because we need money. And once they do that, it'll prove, I think, even to their harshest critics, oh crap, they really are just in this for the money and they will throw anybody under the bus. They're like a bad reality star who's just constantly showing up to the show again to do another installment or show up on another show. It's really getting quite pathetic. But what do you think? Do you disagree? I'm assuming you don't. Hit that button, the bell, the button, the thumbs up, and leave your comments. What do you think? Do you believe this? Do you think the ticking time bomb is about to explode, that their Netflix deal will be done? You think they're going to wait till 2025? I want to hear your thoughts down below. In the meanwhile, stay tuned for more. Thank you guys so much for coming over here to the palace. Keep watching more Daily Royalty and more here. And thanks again.